Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Coffee Pro by Map It Forward, friends. Today we're going to talk about whether you can prepare for 2021 in the coffee industry, given all the upheaval that we've had in 2020. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. It is surprising to think that you would be able to plan a 2021 and expect that it might go to plan. But in this episode, I'm going to talk about some strategic opportunities that are available to you to approach that planning in a way that will become beneficial as it unfolds, regardless of what happens in 2021. Now, people have been saying, no matter what you planned for 2019, for 2020 in 2019, you could never have seen 2020 turning out the way that it did. I couldn't agree more. But the world has changed in 2020, and the way we all do business has changed dramatically in 2020. So at the core of your planning for 2021, I want you to prepare for uncertainty. And this is a really great business strategy in general, preparing for uncertainty, but the world isn't going to get back to any sense of normalcy for quite some time. And so given that that's the case, how do we prepare for everything that could be exactly what we need in 2021 based on how much is going to change? So I'd encourage you, lean into everything that you think is going to be hard and embrace the hardness of it. So look at 2021, first of all, with uncertainty, and two, with openness, so that when you lean into what's hard, you're well aware of what you expect to be coming and how you're going to be most likely able to pivot during that time. The next really important thing to know about preparing for 2021 and being the best prepared for the plan that you have for 2021 is, what is the pulse of your business? Now, the pulse of your business is based on two things: your cash flow and your customers. So if you can understand the way that cash is moving in and out of your business, and you're well aware of what that looks like, and you're on top of it the whole time, and you're also aware of what your customers are doing, how they're feeling, what their behaviors are, then that's the best way for you to be able to be prepared for any changes that you make throughout 2021. So any plans that you have, any directions that you want to go in, knowing the cash flow and the way that your customers are behaving will allow you to pivot at a moment's notice so that you can make decisions on the fly. The next very, very important thing that you're going to need for 2021 and beyond, have access to good, unemotional data and information. So many of the things that we've seen happen throughout 2020 have been reactive. And if you've been a listener of this podcast, you'll know that we are big advocates of proactive leadership, whether you're leading yourself or you're leading a team. At the forefront of proactive leadership is having great data and information that you can base decisions on that aren't mitigated by emotions. So knowing what the best news sources are that are factual, and knowing how to fact check the information that you have is going to be important. That includes the local news, that includes the national news and global news. It also means understanding what's happening with your supply chain and knowing how to connect with the people that are on the ground that are able to tell you what's going on. Is your milk supply going to be affected? Are you in contact with the dairy farmers that produce the milk that you use? Are you in contact with the business that's responsible for distribution of the goods that you use in your business? Do you know what's happening with coffee that you purchase, even if you purchase it roasted? Are you aware of what's happening with the coffee value chain? These are really important things to get across, and depending on third-hand information is fine as long as you could as long as you could hedge your bets on the information source that you're using. So credibility in the data that you're using to base your decisions on is going to be imperative if you're going to be adequately ready for all the decisions that you plan for 2021. The next thing, aspire to have the best possible communication strategy that you can. Learn how to communicate better with your employees, with your customers, with your suppliers, with your families, in case something does devastatingly go wrong in 2021 the way that it did in 2020, and you have to react and be on call very, very quickly for your business. Having better communication strategies and aspiring to continuously improve those communication strategies and teach your staff to do the same thing and lean into assertiveness so that they can keep you informed about their situations is going to be imperative for having great flow in 2021. Calculated risks. This is the next thing that I want you to think about when planning for 2021. Having calculated risks is important because I don't want you to fear taking any risks. 2021 is going to be where you swim in the grey. So by that, I mean tending towards going on the outer parts of your comfort zone and exploring the things that haven't been done. What's the grey area in our industry? And how do you explore that grey area so that you can look for opportunities that allow you to take calculated risks that may work out, they may not work out, but because you're tapped into the pulse of your cash flow and of your customers' behavior, you'll be able to make decisions about those calculated risks much more effectively and with better information. And finally, success is the newness of 2021. I want you to think of things from that perspective so that you can be proactive rather than being reactive to whatever else may be turning up. Uncertainty is the theme, but success is the goal. I hope that's been helpful, friends. If joining a supportive mastermind group is an opportunity that would benefit you, head to mapperforward.org/group coaching and check out our current options for joining a mastermind group that's affordable and incredibly supportive. Peace, love, and peanut butter. Have an amazing rest of your day.